Imagine a brand so iconic, so deeply a part of daily life, it felt like it had always existed. A taste so familiar, it was practically a memory in itself. Now imagine the company behind that brand deciding to throw it all away, to change that perfect, cherished recipe, to replace it. In 1985, Coca-Cola, the most famous beverage on earth, made a single billion-dollar mistake that stunned the world, confused its customers, and nearly destroyed its own legacy. This isn't just a story about a drink. It's a powerful lesson in consumer loyalty, the danger of overconfidence, and what happens when a company makes the ultimate misjudgment. Welcome. Today we're diving into one of the most legendary marketing blunders of all time, the Coca-Cola New Coke disaster. This story takes us back to a time when Coke wasn't just a soda, it was America. It was global. From the smallest villages to the biggest cities, everyone knew Coca-Cola. It was the undisputed king of soft drinks, and it had been for decades. Its famous secret formula was one of the most closely guarded secrets in the world, and the brand itself was a powerful symbol of happiness and a certain way of life. Coca-Cola wasn't just successful, it was almost untouchable. Its market share was massive, its brand loyalty legendary. People didn't just drink Coke, they loved Coke. It was a part of their identity. But even kings faced challenges. By the early 1980s, a fierce rival was making serious inroads: Pepsi. Pepsi had launched its famous Pepsi Challenge campaign, where people did blind taste tests, often choosing Pepsi over Coke.
And Pepsi won!
Pepsi. Pepsi Cola. Pepsi.
It was a simple yet highly effective campaign that suggested Pepsi tasted better. While Coca-Cola still sold more, Pepsi's growth was alarming. Coke's market share, though still huge, was slowly shrinking. Management at Coca-Cola grew increasingly worried. They saw their beloved brand, their empire, slowly being eroded by a challenger. They felt stuck. Their decades-old formula, once their greatest strength, now felt like a weakness against Pepsi's sweeter taste. They began to believe that their product itself was the problem. Not the marketing, not the advertising, but the actual taste. The fear of losing their top spot, the fear of being overtaken, drove them to consider the unthinkable. In absolute secrecy, a team of chemists and taste experts at Coca-Cola began working on a new formula. Their goal: create a cola that tasted better than Pepsi in blind taste tests. They spent years, countless hours, and millions of dollars perfecting this new taste. They conducted over 200,000 blind taste tests across the US and Canada. The results were clear. Consumers consistently preferred the new, sweeter formula over both Pepsi and the original Coke. The numbers looked great. The data seemed undeniable. This was it, they thought, the answer to their problems. With the taste tests showing overwhelming success for the new formula, Coca-Cola's top executives made the biggest gamble in the company's history. On April 23, 1985, they announced it. The original Coca-Cola, the drink that had been a part of generations, was being discontinued. It would be replaced by New Coke. The decision sent shockwaves through the entire industry. How could they? How could the most successful brand in the world just abandon its core product? They were confident. They had the data. They believed they were giving the public what it truly wanted. They believed they were making a bold, forward-thinking move. They couldn't have been more wrong. On April 23, 1985, Coca-Cola held a massive press conference, a grand unveiling for New Coke. They presented it as a revolutionary step, a response to changing consumer tastes. Roberto Goizueta, Coke's CEO, declared it the most significant marketing move in the company's history. The new product hit shelves with a huge advertising campaign. Initially, there was a buzz. People were curious, but that curiosity quickly turned into something else entirely: rage. The public reaction was immediate and ferocious. People hated New Coke. They hated the taste. But more than that, they felt betrayed. It wasn't just about the flavor, it was about the change. Coca-Cola had taken away a piece of their past, a cultural icon. Phone lines at Coca-Cola's headquarters were jammed with angry calls, thousands, then tens of thousands, of complaints every day. Letters poured in, some heartbroken, some threatening. People started hoarding cases of original Coke, selling them on the black market. There were even old Coke fan clubs and protest groups forming across the country. One group, Old Coke Drinkers of America, had over 100,000 members. This wasn't just consumer rejection, it was an emotional revolt. People felt personally violated. They saw New Coke as an insult, a corporate machine trying to dictate what they should like. How could a company with such sophisticated research get it so wrong? The mistake wasn't in the taste tests themselves. The new formula did perform better in blind sips. The mistake was far deeper. One, ignoring emotional connection, Coca-Cola focused solely on taste. They completely ignored the deep emotional and cultural connection people had with the original Coke. It wasn't just a drink, it was nostalgia, tradition, a symbol. 2. The Pepsi Challenge trap. The blind taste tests, while showing preference for a sweeter drink like Pepsi and New Coke, didn't reflect real-world drinking habits. People don't just take one sip, they drink a whole can or bottle. And the better-tasting sip didn't necessarily translate to a more satisfying full drinking experience. Taking away choice. By discontinuing the original, Coke removed the option. This made people feel like something had been stolen from them rather than a new product being offered. 4. Underestimating brand loyalty. They severely underestimated how loyal their customers were to the original, even if they sometimes preferred Pepsi in a quick test. Coca-Cola believed they were making a logical, data-driven decision, but they failed to account for the powerful force of human emotion and cultural attachment. The pressure was immense. Coca-Cola's executives, initially confident, were now facing a full-blown crisis. Their stock price dipped. Their brand image was in tatters. The company, once seen as invincible, was now a laughingstock. The very thing they did to fight Pepsi had actually given Pepsi a massive victory. Pepsi even famously declared, "Coke blinked." The company's phone lines became their conscience. Every angry call, every furious letter was a direct message, "Bring back our Coke." After just 79 days, less than 3 months, Coca-Cola admitted its mistake. On July 11, 1985, in a highly anticipated announcement, the company revealed that original Coke was coming back. It would be called Coca-Cola Classic. The announcement was met with overwhelming relief and cheers. News anchors broke into the middle of their broadcasts to share the news. People celebrated in the streets. Coca-Cola had listened. They had admitted they were wrong. And in doing so, they had pulled their brand back from the brink. Ironically, the new Coke disaster turned into a massive unintended victory for Coca-Cola. When Coca-Cola Classic returned, sales soared. People were so relieved, so happy to have their original drink back, that they bought it in droves. Their love for the brand was reignited, stronger than ever. New Coke faded away, eventually discontinued. But the mistake reminded everyone, including Coca-Cola itself, just how much people loved the original product. It cemented Coca-Cola's place not just as a drink, but as an irreplaceable cultural icon. It strengthened brand loyalty in a way no advertising campaign ever could. Some even whisper that it was all a brilliant, calculated marketing ploy to boost sales. But Coca-Cola executives swear it was a genuine monumental mistake born of fear and misjudgment. The Coca-Cola New Coke disaster remains one of the most powerful case studies in business history. It teaches us several crucial lessons. 1. Emotion trumps data. Always remember the emotional connection people have with a brand. Data from taste tests can be misleading if it doesn't account for loyalty, nostalgia, and identity. 2. Don't mess with a classic. Some products are more than just commodities. They are cultural institutions. Changing them fundamentally is playing with fire. 3. Listen to your customers. When your customers are screaming, genuinely listen. Their anger isn't just noise, it's vital feedback. 4. Humility saves brands. Admitting a mistake, especially a huge one, can actually strengthen a brand in the long run. It shows humanity and responsiveness. This story goes beyond soda. It's about respecting your audience, understanding their deeper connections, and knowing that sometimes the old way is beloved for a reason. Coca-Cola almost lost everything because of one bad decision. But by listening to the outcry, they rediscovered the true strength of their brand. What do you think? Was New Coke a genuine mistake or a hidden stroke of genius? Have you ever felt betrayed by a brand that changed something you loved? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to explore more stories about the mistakes that shaped our world and changed the biggest companies, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.